There's never going to be a good time to start FinOps. There's no ideal business cycle or context in which FinOps becomes, the most important thing for most businesses to go do. Because today it's still a visionary play. It's made mostly by people who really get it already and are proactively leading from the front on it. A lot like DevOps was in the early 2010s, or agile the decade before that. Those were both evangelical movements for a long time. And they required this belief in a hard to see notion that there's an invisible tax in the way that we build and deliver software. And if we adopt these methodologies, we will root out these inefficiencies and get that back to the business in the form of faster software delivery and thus better margins. And FinOps is kind of there right now. FinOps is the DevOps of the early 2020s. It's an evangelical pitch. And the pitch is something like, I promise that everybody's going to be doing this in 10 years. It'll be table stakes for companies doing any kind of interesting scale of software development in the cloud. And we've got to get on this train because there's going to be huge margin and efficiency improvements that everybody will see as soon as we get the ball rolling on it. I unfortunately can't tell you exactly when and how much money is coming back to the business as a result of FinOps adoption, but I promise you it's going to be big because here's this narrative I can show you. But it's still an evangelical pitch today for FinOps because there isn't a volume of case studies and literature on this that proves the point that everybody's already bought. So any evangelical pitch is always difficult. I think for FinOps in particular, it doesn't align with any particular business cycle where it's going to make a lot of sense. And the reason for that, I'll paint the picture here, is that at boom times, FinOps is a cost-cutting measure being brought to the table when what everybody's thinking about is growth. We're all concerned about customer growth and acquisition of new businesses, product and feature delivery to enable growth. Valuation multiples are being driven by growth concepts, growth dimensions, and costs just don't matter that much in those moments. So the main pitch of FinOps being this intermediate to long-term margin improvement picture, it just falls a little flat in the growth moments. Some businesses will accept it, many will not. Many will just ignore that. Even if we could get the budget, it's a distraction from the growth, right? So let's wait. And in the lean times, FinOps falls a little flat there too, because the pendulum swings so far to the other side, to the extreme ends of reactive cost cutting, that I can't invest $1 today if you can't prove to me that I'm getting $2 back tomorrow. And in that environment, FinOps feels like an investment with a fuzzy ROI. I'm not going to get approval to go spend money and resources and time on FinOps unless you've got data and really clear picture to paint for me that proves I'm going to get the dollars back fast this quarter, maybe next quarter. So absent having done this dozens of times or having a huge volume of case studies and literature to prove that this is going to happen, it's very difficult to sell in the lean times too. It's a little too late. We should have started this last quarter. So irrespective of what business context you're in right now, if you're trying to push FinOps adoption in your company, you have to first realize that it's an evangelical sell and you're painting a picture, you're telling a narrative to sell this to your team. And the pitch really is, hey guys, there's not going to be a good time. There's not going to be some ideal moment where this is going to make sense. If we're already spending millions or tens of millions or hundreds of millions in the cloud, the time to start was yesterday, right? We're already missing time. So let's get the ball rolling now with whatever investment we can, and we'll build that over time. We'll prove the value as we go. We'll get the ball rolling, give us minimal budget and resources to start, and we'll start the ball rolling and prove the value as we go. But we have to start now or we'll never start. There will never be the moment. If you can get that ball rolling, you will definitely be able to show the efficiency improvements that come through full FinOps adoption over time.